Oh, it's Wednesday.
Yeah, diving like it's the weekend. It's amazing. Welcome back to the Woman Wise podcast. I am your host, Janine Lingenfelder, and joining me is my awesome co host, Sara. Sara, how are you?
I'm great. Yes, it's hump day. So we're definitely on the way to the weekend. I think when you know it's Wednesday night, that's it. Day and a half. Here we go. So who have we got on this evening?
Oh, so excited for our guest, Zita Monostori. She is so amazing. I cannot tell you, and I'm not going to tell it. She's going to tell it. She's going to tell her story. So, Zita, welcome to Woman Wise Podcast.
Hello,
Woo!
good evening. It's a pleasure to
Good.
be here with you tonight.
Really awesome
So,
to have you.
How are you?
uh, yeah, I think we're good. I think we're good. Even better because we have you on the show, and we've
Exactly.
been dying to get you on the show for a long time.
Oh,
I
really?
I heard about your company a long time ago. This is Me Sneakers,
Yes,
and yeah, it's great to have you on because I understand you just recently had a really successful fashion show in Dubai.
yes, that's true. That's true.
Exactly. So, Zita, with that said, you've created an incredible brand with This Is Me sneakers. Can you please share us Zita's story and, of course, the journey behind This Is Me sneakers?
Yes, of course. So we created This Is Me sneakers like more or less a year ago. And then the story starts in Dubai. Where else, right? The magical city of Dubai. So what happened was that Pedro, who is the CEO and also the co-founder of the company, and he happens to be my lifelong partner also, which is a very interesting situation, but we like it. We like it a lot. So he went to Dubai for the first time like 2 years ago, and he didn't know what to expect. Right? This is a usual thing, I guess, regarding Dubai. And then when he went there, he was amazed of the by the city, the vibe, and the people. This feel. Dubai has a different aura. Dubai has something magical. It might be the desert, it might be the people or the culture, but it has something really, really captivating. So he came back and he had an idea to create a sneaker based on Dubai, basically, based on the vibes and everything he felt when he was there. This is how our first sneaker, This is Dubai, was born. And we he has a childhood friend who is a designer, and he helped him to create this sneaker. So this is how the story started. And then we came back to Dubai together and we started to show to people the product, and everybody liked it. So we had an idea to build a company and start producing customized sneakers. Basically, that's the long story short.
So, what's your background, Zita? Like, how's your journey been to get to this point?
My background is a pretty normal background. So I was born in Hungary in a family of three children. And, I was my mother since I was a young kid to be very creative. She started to learn cello, for example, when I turned to 5. So it was a very young age to me, and at the time I didn't understood the importance of her starting to learn to play on an instrument, right? I only realized later how important it was, but she always encouraged me to express myself through the arts. So I went to take plastic art classes, drawing classes, even music classes, music theory, etc. at school. And when I was a teenager, I really wanted to learn how to dance. I was really captured by the dance. And I started to learn jazz ballet, and then I went to different kind of dances. But there was a sudden change in my life. We needed to move to a different place, so we needed to move out of the capital where I was born. And when we moved back, I lost this vibe of dancing, right? So I decided to follow a more conventional career path. I graduated as a French teacher and a cultural anthropologist. And shortly after the graduation, I started to work at the big multinational companies that had been settling in Budapest at the time. And it was a very, very important time for me because I gained different experiences in HR, in business administration, or even in finance. And in 2014, my daughter was born. And in 2020, we decided to move to Portugal, where Pedro is from. And COVID hit, right? And I was very lucky that I was hired by Adidas here in Portugal, where I met great people. And I also had the opportunity to acquire different experiences like in marketing or public speaking in front of a camera, and leadership. So all of these experiences shaped me into become the creative director of our company, basically. So this is
Love that. What a journey.
Yeah, I like
What
that.
a
Oh, I had
journey.
a really ordinary journey here. It's like that's not an ordinary journey, just for starters. Um, I love the fact though that you've kind of seems to have gone back to your roots of creativity. So obviously you went down the sort of more corporate route, but then it seems to have come full circle for you.
Yes, I agree with that, and I am very happy about it because I always wanted to keep this creative mindset for myself, which wasn't always easy, right? When we are working for a big corporate company, it's something different that we need to do. It's not our creativity which is required at first place, right? But interestingly, I also started at the age of 37 to learn to sing and play the piano. So my mother started when she was 37 to play on an instrument, and I also started at 37, which is very fascinating for me, right? And all of these experiences also from music. I take inspiration from music, from all the previous experiences when I was at school or when I was dancing, and I try to manifest it in the sneaker that we are creating.
So how did you get to
I love
choose sneakers? Like, because there's obviously so many different fashion outlets. So what was it about sneakers that you were like, yeah, that's the way to go?
Oh, we always loved sneakers. Always loved sneakers. Pedro is the one who has a huge collection, so I can say that he's a big sneakerhead. But I also love sneakers because to me is much more comfortable. So when I was working for Adidas, I had the opportunity to bought a few pairs, and I was always aiming for the ones which were different, right? In colors or shape, or that I could express something that I wanted to express, that I am a bit different, right? That it resonates with me. I like this pair. And this is how we came to create sneakers, through our love for self-expression and the sneaker itself.
And is each
It's
pair of
amazing.
sneakers are they completely unique, or do you have like two different sort of lines? Is it there's a kind of more sort of access to everyone where there's a whole sort of line of it, or is each pair completely individual?
It's for everyone. So we have collections, right, that you can see on our website. And then the other part of our story is the full customization that we are offering. And when we talk about customization, it's something that we tailor to our customers' requests. So like this, we can create truly unique pairs, and also a collection which can be 200 pairs, 50 pairs, or 100 pairs. This is our main main direction to create always limited pairs. It can be 200, it can be 50, which is an exclusive edition. It can be 100, and also only 1 out of 1, which is a unique pair.
And
now,
in
can
terms
I ask
of
the customization, Zita? Sorry, I just wanted to ask a question about the customization. How many different do you have now? I mean, you've got quite a few different sneakers. I've seen some with sequins. I've seen some with fur.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit more about those different customizations that you tackle each time?
You mean about the process, how we do?
Yes, and you know, what can you add to those sneakers?
Yes, this customization process is really something different. It's a truly creative process, and the choices are endless, honestly. And this is something we really love to do. So, for example, if we have a customer who would like to have his or her unique pair, the first question we ask is that what is the main color and what is that they would like to express, right, with their sneaker. And we start to talk about what they like to do. Is there something specific they would like to see on their sneakers? For example, we can embroider, we can print. So we can print a logo, or we can embroider a name, or we can even print on the leather images that the customer would like to see, for example. So this is why it's important to know what they like, right?
oh, look.
Yes, this is our pair from the website, One Afternoon in the Garden. Yes, it's a very nice pair. I love it. It's one of my
They're
favorites.
beautiful. What fun.
And I mean,
I'm just having
you
a look.
even had one where you had the whole the UAE flag, wasn't it? There's a unique one where you have the UAE flag on it as well.
That's the This is Dubai. Yeah, that's the This is Dubai. And also our sandal, the This is Dubai sneaker and sandal. We have the UAE flag on those ones. So yes, for example,
Amazing.
to put the flag embroidered or printed, how the
Oh, look at those. Those are so nice.
They're brilliant.
Yes.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Very
So
nice.
your are the sneakers, are they made here, or where do you like, what's the principle behind the design of the actual sneakers then?
All our sneakers are made in Portugal, and Portugal is very famous about making very good quality shoes because they do it's a hand labor, not only machinery but also hand labor, and they are very, very qualified. So it's a good place to make sneakers. There are a lot of factories here who are making, and then ours is one of them. And so basically, to go back to the customization process, once we have the concept from the customer, we go to the leather shop and then we start choosing the leather. And this is where the magic starts, because we put materials together. It can be leather, it can be canvas, it can be fur, it can be many, many things. And our designers tell us, okay, this can come here, this cannot come there, it's not possible, it's possible. And then at the end, something beautiful will be born, right?
They
So,
look yeah, so how do people recognize if they're This Is Me sneakers? Is there a logo on them, or is it just that they're just completely unique?
yeah, I think it's also because it's unique, they can recognize this is really something different. And also we have a logo in the insole of the sneaker.
And what's your big vision then for This Is Me sneakers? Where do you hope to take this?
Yes, that's a great question. Since we are just launching in Dubai, we would like to settle on the market. And then later on, we can talk about expansion to Europe or to the US. But first, we really would like to get the traction in Dubai, have a retailer, because we are such retailers, and from there on build our company, build our name, and then we can move on later to different countries.
World domination. I always like that as a vision. So
We will
of the
see.
sneaker world. And you recently had a fashion show. Tell us a bit about how did that come around? Like who was involved?
Yes, the fashion show for us was a great opportunity, and so it was organized by the Impact Fashion Walk, and we had more or less a month to prepare for the show. So we already had our pairs ready way before the show, way before we knew we will be going to the show. And we started the preparation. We had a lot of discussion with the event organizer. And then the day before we went to see the choreography, to match the sneaker with the clothes, to choose the models. The whole thing was very, very interesting to me. It was the first fashion show, and it was really, really magical to see behind the scene, right? What's happening behind the scene. And talk to the models, and the models loved the sneakers. It's also something that reinforces you. Okay, so we are on a good way. The models love the sneakers. Okay, so let's continue with this one. And then we made many pictures with them, and then they loved to do the pictures, and they enjoyed also this preparation for the show. And then on the day of the show, we needed to make a very short speech, because every participant had the opportunity to give a speech. So we also gave a speech. And our show was before the last one. And it was different, right? Because it was mainly clothes. We were the only who were showcasing sneakers, so it was different. And we received a lot of good feedbacks from the people, from our guests that we invited for the show.
Found some more pictures because I'm so curious about all the different styles. I love these. I love anything with green in. Look at these. These are amazing.
And then on this one we put
Awesome.
so this is doesn't look the same anymore. We need to
Okay.
switch because it's full of preciosa crystals. So it's much more shiny.
And that's what I love about what you do. You know, there's always something that can change. So I guess my question here is, where do you guys get your inspiration for the different designs and styles that This Is Me Sneakers offers?
Yeah, it's also a very good question, Janine. Thank you for asking it, because our inspiration comes from many places, right? So when we are traveling, we see things. Also in Dubai, the culture is so dense, right? We can get many inspiration from the places, from the people, from the clothes, or how they represent themselves, right? And then when we talk to a customer, that's a different thing. We also get inspiration from what they love, what is their passion. And then our passion is to tell the story of the customer, because everybody wants to be different, right? And I think this is a calling which everybody has, and we need to embrace that. We need to be different. We need to have this power of self-expression, and we are giving an opportunity to the people to make a different look, right, through their footwear, through their sneakers, and be someone else. Or every day they can be different, right? So if they create more than one pair, they can be different every single day. And they can represent something else. They go to a meeting, they wear one sneaker. They go to a party, they wear another one. Or they just go out for a walk. It's also a third style. So it's I think the opportunities of creating sneakers are endless, honestly.
Oh, definitely, definitely. And how
I
important
agree.
have you found networking here in Dubai in terms of the support from fellow entrepreneurs, but also the people from the region?
Yes, when we arrived to Dubai, we understood very fast that networking in Dubai is one of the most important things. And we were searching for events, opportunities to go. And this is how we found the Strategic Business Connects. And I went to the first meeting, which was a She Connects, and it was really something amazing. It was welcoming, it was embracing, empowering, and this is where I met Janine, right? And then
Yes.
I went home with a lot of connections, lot of opportunities to follow up, and also Michelle, who is the host of the meeting. She was amazing. She created such an environment when we could talk to each other as women, right? Very openly,
Yes.
freely, and really get connected through passions or through common interests, right? And then as she connects, we went to other SBC meetings, and we always came out from the meeting with with a handful of connection, always, and we always followed up on it, and this is how we grew our network. And I have to add also that Phil and Misha, they helped us a lot outside of the meetings to connect us to the right people who had the same passion, who had the same mindset, and we shared the same vision. And this is how we could create something together. We established a partnership. So yes, networking in Dubai is very, very important. Without that one, I don't think we would be where we are now. For sure not.
I
Yeah.
I think something that a lot of people don't actually realize about Dubai is actually how creative it is, how many creative people are actually based here. I think they tend to think that Dubai is all about the big labels, Milan, New York, etc. And that's all people are interested in. But actually, there's a huge community here of people on the ground, fashion designers, artists, and now you guys. I mean, is there anyone else out there doing what you do? Because I've never seen anyone do what you guys are doing.
Of course, there are brands who are offering customizations. They have their own models, and then they offer to the people to personalize their sneakers, right? Which is also a wonderful thing, because when someone has this opportunity to personalize a sneaker, ooh, that's something very exciting, right? And even if you just put your name on, even if you have a little painting, or I don't know, your favorite character on, that's already gives you, I don't know, it takes you to clouds, right? You are already walking on clouds. Yay, I have my favorite sneaker, and it's different, and yeah, it's amazing. So I think
Uh,
that, sorry.
no, go on.
So I think that for now on, there is nobody else on the market who is offering fully customization, but the customization itself obviously exists already with brands. Yes, it's not a new thing.
No, I would think of Rafael Nadal, his shoes, his tennis shoes, but they're Nike, that's the big labels. And when you see that, you think, oh, only someone who's at that level, you know, only they can have something like this. I think this is why this is so brilliant, because it's bringing it so much more accessible so that people can actually, have their own personal set of sneakers. You were going to say something, Janine, sorry.
No, I just wanted to say, it almost is as if your sneakers are empowering individuals. And, I saw some of the photos and the footages and the videos of the fashion show, and you could see that as soon as they touch the sneakers or they have it on their feet, it's almost, as you say, they're walking on clouds. And I think for you as the designer and being the owner of the business, it must be such an amazing feeling to also recognize and see that, you know, it's your brand, it's your vision. And tell us a little bit about how that must make you feel.
Oh, that makes us feel really, really amazing, honestly, to see the people loving the final product and not believing, oh my God, it's amazing. And my logo is there. And this is how I imagined. And oh, it's also very comfortable because, you know, when you see our sneakers on the website, you don't know how does it feel on your feet, right? So you need to try it to understand the feeling it gives to you. And our sneakers are not only different with a different design, but it's also very comfortable. So to us, it's very important to give comfort and design and style, right? So yeah, it's an amazing feeling because, you know, when we start the creative process, they usually what we realized is that customization, the type of customization we are offering, it's hard to imagine for the people because they don't see what is behind, right? But when we start to showing them the materials they can have, the different colors, the different patterns, and there are so many that you never seen anywhere, really. And then this is when they start to understand, and this is when they start to be excited. I want that one. Can I combine with another one? Yes. Can I put spikes on it? Yes, it's possible. Can I have my name? Yeah. And then they start to think, you know, oh, but I would like to do in another way, and then another. And to watch them, it's really something different.
So how on earth do you like? What's your main starting point then? Like, if you're working with someone, like, you must probably get to know your clients really well in terms of their personality and, you know, what they like. So where's your sort of, is there a point that you start with everybody?
Yeah, the point is that we sit down and then we look at each other, and we get a first look about how they dress, right? And because when we see at their dress, their clothes, we start to understand the style they like. And then we go into the discussion, what is their passion, what do they like to do, what are their hobbies, and they start to tell us, okay, I am doing this, so this is my job, and I would like to have a sneaker related to my job, for example. It's also possible, related to my company, or related to my hobbies, or I want to go to the New York Fashion Show with my own sneaker, for example.
Oh, okay. I like that.
Yeah.
Love that. Or you want to get married and you don't want heels, you want sneakers. I believe you do that too.
Yes, we have a sneaker for the brides exactly for this purpose, for them to be comfortable, stylish, of course, and beautiful.
Love that. Absolutely love that. And
What's the
are there any
craziest
plans?
design? Sorry, I'm dying to
Yes,
know.
Sara.
What's the craziest design you've made so far? Like, what's the one that is like, wow, that's, no one would have ever even thought of that before?
Oh, that's a good question, a tough one. We put some precious stones on a few sneakers, and we combined it with fur, with purple fur. I think that should be the craziest one.
That sounds pretty out there.
Sneakers with fur, only in Dubai.
Yeah.
Sorry, Janine.
That's amazing. That's amazing. My question to you, Zita, is: are there any plans to expand This Is Me sneakers to a more international market?
Yes. As I mentioned earlier, first we would like to settle in the region, in Dubai, and then we can mention. But it's really too early to talk about it. It's future plans.
So in
And
terms
that
of
must be exciting.
Yes.
in terms of kind of where you are compared to when you started, are you beyond your expectations here? Do you think it's kind of, or are you on track?
Absolutely beyond expectation. Absolutely. We never imagined to grow this fast. Basically, we made a significant growth in 2 months, and people really love our product, and this really keep us going and then thinking more and creating more, and the fashion show, was amazing. It launched us to a possibility to go to other fashion shows, and really we got invitations from other places also. So yes, it's absolutely beyond expectations.
I think in a way it's a very kind of Dubai success story.
Yes.
Yes.
Because we've been here a long time. My family's been here a long time, and I remember my dad saying, what's really interesting about Dubai is you can have a really sensible idea and you go through your business plan and it seems really solid, and then you launch it and nothing happens. Or you can have kind of a totally crazy idea that is, you're thinking, how is that ever going to work? It's like really fantastical. And those are the ones that actually take off here, because people
Yes.
really want the fantastic ideas. They want something that's different. And I think kind of the wilder almost the better. And it is a kind of a wild idea, isn't it? Right, let's just make personalized sneakers. Like that's kind of, it's pretty left field.
Yes, I agree with you. And Dubai is a magical place where all of this can happen, really, honestly.
That's for
So what's
sure.
your
That's for sure. So
what go on.
I just wanted to ask,
Janine and I
what
have
other
so many questions.
what other opportunities do you foresee for This Is Me sneakers?
Oh, we have plans. We have
Oh,
plans.
did you see her face? Ooh, we
Yeah,
have plans. This is exciting.
Yeah, but I don't want to disclose them now because it's too soon to
we'll
talk.
watch this space.
Yes,
No, of
but
course. Yes, watch
we
this space.
yes, but we will extend in a way that I hope people will like it. Yes.
So one of the
That's
things that this podcast is kind of about is about how people have, obviously, I mean, you've changed directions several times in your life in terms of your career, and it's
Yes.
very much about kind of the what have you learned along the way that's really helped you to keep going when things have been sort of tough.
I learned resilience. I learned how to focus on the goals I would like to reach, and also how to receive feedback and work with the negative feedback. Why is it so important? How I can turn it into a positive thing in my life. And it wasn't easy at all, because um, negative feedback is something that nobody wants to hear, right?
So
And this,
how did you turn it into positive? What's your technique? What's your strategy?
yes, I don't have a particular strategy. Is that I think I look at the feedback, a negative feedback, as something that I can learn from, because I understand that it's related to me, but still it's something that it's I can take it as an opportunity to be better, right? So if I don't attach it, the negative feedback, to my personality, I don't take it personal, and then like this I can grow into a direction I would like to reach.
That's a great
love it.
philosophy, isn't it? Because so many times, if you think about how many people start businesses and they don't succeed, and you wonder how much of it is to do with actually that taking that negative feedback to heart and just thinking, actually, do you know what? I'm not really. It is about me instead of my business or what I'm doing. But I think to switch that up into okay, this is about how do I make it better. That's got to be a good thing. And if you met other women who were kind of thinking of starting something kind of left field and outlandish here, what would you say to them? What would be your advice?
Never give up on your dreams. Never, because everybody has dreams. Everyone. And they think, oh, it's not possible. I can't make it. I'm not good enough. Or I don't know how to do it. Or I am in a situation then nobody cares about me. But never give up on your dreams. It's so important because this is something that makes us go further and further in our life, right? We can't allow ourselves to let ourselves down. It's not possible because life is happening and we always get negative and positive things, right? So it's up to us to keep track, right? And to keep the direction we want to reach. And it's possible. It's possible. We just need to be persistent and never give up, which is very hard. I don't lie. It's very hard not to give up.
But I think what complements the never give up is the people that you also surround yourself, like your husband, your team, the network, the people that you've met in Dubai, who has made certain things possible for you. And I think this is also one of the reasons why Women Wise podcast is where it is today, because of stories like yourselves, the extraordinary women that we have on our podcast, where we're sharing these amazing success stories, because it's also giving hope to others. And I think your story is just remarkable because you walked in here, you had no idea that This Is Me sneakers is going to be where they are, where it is today. And I think it's such an awesome story.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Janine. It's really nice to hear. Really, it feels really good.
I remember when I just met you, you walked in with your sneakers, and it was such a talking point. And yeah, it was at SBC She Connects, of course. And it's amazing to see or to kind of be part of that journey, to see where you are today and how much has happened. And the add-ons now on the website and the different sneakers and the individuality that you bring to the table. It's really nice to be part of that as well. So well done to you and your team. I think you guys can be so proud.
Thank you so much.
And I remember when Janine met you, because she immediately came back from that She Connects. I wasn't there, and she was like, okay, I have someone for the podcast. This is amazing. This is amazing. And yeah, it was the first thing she said to me afterwards. So that's what I was saying. We've been waiting for ages to get you on the podcast, because Janine was blown away when she met you with the story and, what you guys were doing.
This is amazing. And, I have been following your podcast since the first episode. I'm listening and I loved it, really. I loved it. And I always shared on the networks for women to tune in and to listen to you, because I think you are doing something very important. Empowering others. It's very, very, very good, very important.
I think we're very nosy. I think that's what it is. We're just really nosy, and we just want to know all about people, and we want to, we love stories, and we love people's success stories. But no success is something that's overnight, is it? What do you think your biggest challenge to date has been, and how did you overcome it?
Related to This Is Me sneakers, or in general?
Maybe in general. I think I always think when people talk about work-life balance, I always go, actually, it's just life. Like, everything is life, and whatever you're doing in one area often translates to the other one anyway.
Yeah, that's true. I think the biggest challenge is related to work-life balance. I don't think there is a balance, to be honest. It's not possible to keep a balance. It's just, you just need to do it, and you need to juggle and prioritize what is the most important. But when you have a kid, you also need to be there for your kid. It's very crucial, very important. And sometimes it's hard, and sometimes it's painful that you cannot be there, or you need to be away from her. And she's suffering, she's missing you. You also miss her, So it's hard. It's a big challenge, and I think it will remain a big challenge.
I think you're speaking to a lot of mothers, on that front, because you're constantly push and pull, isn't it? I totally agree with you. I think the whole idea of a work-life balance is a myth. I think it's something that people feel inadequate when they feel like, oh, I don't have everything like a kind of Japanese garden, all beautifully balanced and everything else, because in any moment your life can just it can change and your priorities change in that moment. So yeah, I think it's so important though to remember, your children need you, and
you
whatever
need your
you're doing,
children as much as you sometimes don't want to. We need our children. We need that to know that, we still need it in this world. And I think you touched on it so well, Zita, is that it's not easy. It's definitely not easy to be a successful businesswoman in today's world, and then also be a mother or a wife and a mother. It's all those things. And I think to be
all the
able
different hats that we wear.
all the different hats. And I think there's a lot of women sitting there and going, oh my gosh, okay, so if Zita can do this wild idea and is making a success of it, I can do what I have in my mind. And I think this is exactly why we're doing this, is for our guests to give hope to our listeners and realize that they're not alone. Yes, it's not easy, but at the end of the day, don't give up. And you've mentioned that earlier. So yeah, well done to you for pushing through. And I think that's the one thing we have to do, is push through no matter what. Because if you do have a vision and a goal, you will get it. Just don't give up, right?
I agree with you, Janine. And also adaptation is very important. Maybe that could be right, that you also need to adapt to the situation and then shift and adapt. And yes, to have supporters that you mentioned earlier, that alone you can never do. And this is so, without your supporters, your network, your friends, your business partners, it's not possible. And you need to embrace this thought that alone you can't do. So you need to aim to find the right people.
Find your tribe.
Yes, it can be your direction. Who is the one is good for me? We share the same vision, and then we can help each other. It's also important to help to the other person, not just to ask for help, but to help back, right? To support others. It's it's like a win-win situation.
I think that's the thing that has blown me away more than anything about living here, is especially meeting entrepreneurs. I don't really know what it's like in the corporate world, because I don't live in the corporate world. That's not where I operate from. But I think meeting so many female entrepreneurs in particular, the level of support and willingness to just help without expecting anything back it's been actually pretty mind-blowing for me, I have to say. And that was the reason why when I met Janine, I came away from that She Connects. My mind was blown. I was just gobsmacked. And I just felt this real urge to say, you know what, these amazing stories, they need to be out there, not just in these meetings and these networking meetings. It'd be great to actually bring those, to the public and have people sort of, meet women like yourself and Janine, of course.
And
yourself, yeah.
I just think it's such a positive vibe, and I think it really elevates everybody. And one of the expressions is a rising tide lifts all boats, and I think that energy really lifts the tide for all women here. And I think a lot of people think, oh, it's Dubai, it's a Middle Eastern country, women are suppressed and women are not allowed to work. It's like, actually, it's the complete opposite. I think we have probably more freedom here to express ourselves in terms of our work and what we want to do than probably most places.
And a lot more support for women to be elevated to where they want to be, which is mind-blowing. When I talk to people as well, and they're like, oh my goodness, that is quite a remarkable story to know that is happening in Dubai, because it's also something that is another education for people. Yes. What we're going through is what people don't see that. But as we start talking about what we go through, it's also an education platform for people to realize that, okay, they need to know more. And that's why we are where we are today with Women Wise Podcast, is sharing these stories.
Yes. Dubai is a fertile place for business, and I think a lot of the feminine energy really comes into that, in terms of that growth and that, delivering an idea.
Indeed.
I agree. That, and you need to tap into that positive energy, right?
For sure.
There is a big positive energy in Dubai, and everything else which is related to that amazing city. It's, I don't know, to me, it really makes me, I don't even know how to express this feeling. I have some difficulties to find the right words here, but it's something different. It's something different that doesn't exist in Europe. It can
No.
be mutual help, right? It can be the mutual help. It can be that positive vibe. It can.
Yeah, the sky's the limit here. I mean, it really is. I mean, look at the tallest building in the world is here. So, they break records in everything that they do here. So that energy of, there's no boundary. And
Yeah.
I think one of the things for me, I don't know whether you found this, both of you, is that things don't tend to work out how you think they're going to work out. They kind of work in a completely unexpected way.
Oh, yeah.
I think being open to that and not being so kind of married to your plan, like it's got to work this way.
Yes, and things can happen very fast. So you need to be.
When they happen, be ready. Be ready.
Yes, that's also a very thing for people or women, especially who would like to open their businesses or take their businesses to Dubai. That they need to be ready. They need to be very flexible and adapt very fast to what's happening around, right? Not find the tribe, networking, and also adapt, understand what's happening, and then make decisions fast. And it's basic, right? So for us, when we are in Dubai, because we are not living there yet, but when we go there, our days goes by very fast, and sometimes it feels like it's a week, but it was only a day because so much has happened, right? One after the other meetings, and we spend the full day in the car, right? Because the distances are long and there is always a traffic and from one place to another. So it's a different lifestyle, right?
Yes, indeed.
Brings different challenges, but if you understand, it's like you ask, right? You do make your ask, and you will receive, right? This is how they say. You will
Very
receive.
true. Zita, do you see any future female specifically events happening for This Is Me sneakers?
Not yet, but we are planning on do our events also. It's too soon to talk about it, but when it's time, we will definitely make events for women entrepreneurs related to many things. I think we have a lot of ideas.
Exciting times ahead. I think there's a lot that's plotting in Zita's world, and she's just not ready to share everything with us.
Of course,
So
I told you we're nosy. We want to know everything. So
yeah, I think in March or February and March, we're definitely going to have you back to know where you're at, because I'm sure in the next few months there's a lot going on and going to happen as well. And there might be even more fashion shows that's coming along, and I'm very excited to see where This Is Me sneakers are going. And hopefully we can all walk around with This Is Me sneakers on our feet and meet again at SBC She Connects.
Yes, you never know. We might have some women wise ones on our feet. You never know.
Yes,
that's it.
We are here to help ladies with your own.
So what's if you had I mean, I know this is one of the things that what we often do at the networking events, which is like, if there's a big ask, if there's someone listening and you're thinking, you know what, we haven't quite kind of connected with someone just in that area, is there something that, by putting it out on this podcast, you never know, might come back to you. What would be your big ask?
The big ask would be to find a retailer. This is our main preoccupation now at the moment, to find a retailer who likes our products, most important, right? And they could buy from us, sell our products. Yes. That would be.
Well, whoever's watching, if you might not be one yourself, but you might know one. And I think that's how it works, isn't it? It's just because you can't help, maybe you can pass it on and you can share it. And I think, when you see This Is Me sneakers, you can see, I can see it in a shop. I can totally see it in a boutique.
Oh, definitely.
shop, in a somewhere very upmarket, definitely.
No, exciting times, very exciting. Zita, you have been an absolute gem, showcasing the photos of your sneakers. Absolutely awesome. Can't wait to see what else is coming up in your world. And hopefully we could be part of one of your events coming up. And as Sara said, who knows, we might even have a woman-wise pair of sneakers in our future.
That would be amazing. That would be amazing. Well, we'll have to, on that note, we'll have to talk about, if you like our work and you want to support Janine and I and help us to raise money to get a pair of This Is Me sneakers each, you can buy us a coffee. There's always a link below the video. We're not actually, I don't drink coffee anymore, so that's a bit depressing. But, we're not actually buying coffees, as I'm sure you can imagine.
Virtual coffee is fine. No?
A virtual coffee, yeah, absolutely. Zita, thank you so much for being our guest tonight. It's been an absolute pleasure having you on, and it's an amazing story. And yeah, I think we're just going to see you guys go from strength to strength. And before you know it, you'll be like, I don't know, I don't remember Sara and Janine. Too famous. Don't forget us when you're at the top.
No, I sure. No, I never forget. So what happened? But thank you, Sara, and thank you, Janine. It was really a pleasure to be here with you. We had a great talk. Really, I enjoyed a lot talking to you. And I just would like to share that our next event will be on the 16th of November, which will be another fashion show in Dubai. So you are.
Where can people find out where that is then? Is it on your, do you have an Instagram page?
Yeah.
Is it on your website?
On our Insta page, yes. And we will post more events because there are other things to come in December that I cannot talk about yet, but soon you will see.
Just teasing us. You just keep dripping
she's so teasing us.
just teasing us.
Yeah, so
that's fantastic.
You will know when time comes. Yes, absolutely exciting.
Excellent. So we definitely encourage everyone to follow you on your Instagram. I think this is a very Instagram-worthy business because photos and fashion shows and what you're up to and all the new creative ideas, that's just, perfect. So, and we will see everyone next week. Can't remember who our guest is because so much happens in a week here in Dubai. As Zita said, a day feels like a week, so a week is like a month. Sometimes I don't even see Janine from one week to the next because we're so busy. So this is great that we have this Wednesday night chat with an amazing guest. So I think on that point, we're probably going to wrap it up. And thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Remember, be kind to yourself. Thanks for watching.
Goodbye. Bye.